Ever wondered why your dog licks you so much? Well, let's delve into the fascinating world of our four-legged friends and their instinctive nature to lick. You see, for dogs, licking is as natural as breathing. It's a fundamental part of their behavior and serves multiple purposes. Let's start with grooming. In the wild, dogs don't have access to bubble baths and fancy shampoos. Instead, they rely on their tongues to keep themselves clean. Mother dogs extend this grooming habit to their puppies, licking them from head to tail, not only to keep them clean, but also to provide comfort. It's a mother's way of saying, "Don't worry, I've got you." Moreover, this licking ritual serves another purpose. It encourages the puppies to go to the toilet. Yes, you heard it right. Those little licks stimulate the puppies' bodies, helping them with their bathroom needs. But the story of licking doesn't end with cleanliness and toilet training. As puppies grow, they begin to return the favor. They lick their mothers, their siblings, and other members of their pack. This reciprocated grooming becomes a powerful bonding exercise, a sign of affection, if you will. It's like their version of a bear hug. And just like we humans communicate with words, dogs communicate with licks. A lick can be a hello, a I missed you, or even a I'm sorry. It's a language that dogs have been speaking for thousands of years, long before they became man's best friend. So, the next time your dog licks you, remember, it's not just because you spilled some gravy on your hand, although that might be part of it. It's their way of grooming you, bonding with you, and communicating with you. It's their way of saying, you're part of my pack, your family. And isn't that a beautiful thing? So, the next time your dog licks you, remember it's their way of saying hello and showing affection. Does your dog often lick you when you come home? That's their way of saying they missed you. Dogs are emotional creatures, much like us. They too have ways to express their love and affection. One such way is through licking. Yes, you heard it right. When your dog showers you with licks, they're actually showing you just how much they love you. Let's dive into the psychology behind this. Dogs are wired to lick. It's a behavior that starts from birth. Puppies are licked by their mothers, which not only helps in their grooming, but also creates a strong bond between them. This behavior is carried forward into adulthood, where dogs continue to use licking as a way to express affection and to bond with others. But it's not just about bonding, there's a little bit of science involved too. When dogs lick, it triggers the release of feel-good chemicals in their brains. These include dopamine and endorphins, which are associated with feelings of pleasure and calmness. So by licking you, your dog is not only showing affection, but also experiencing a sense of comfort and happiness. It's their way of de-stressing and feeling at ease. Think of it this way. When we're happy or relaxed, we might hum a tune or sip a cup of our favorite tea. Dogs don't have these luxuries. Their world is simpler, and so are their ways of expressing emotions. Licking is one such simple, instinctual behavior that serves multiple purposes, including showing affection. It's also worth noting that dogs are very perceptive. They can sense our emotions and will often respond accordingly. If you've had a tough day, you might find your dog trying to comfort you with licks. They're not just doing this to get a taste of the salty sweat on your skin. They're doing it because they care about you. So the next time your dog licks you, accept it with a smile. It's their way of saying they love you, and it's their way of sharing their happiness with you. After all, in the world of dogs, a lick is worth 1,000 words. So a lick from your dog is essentially their version of a warm hug. Did you know your dog might be trying to comfort you when they lick you? It's true, your furry friend's licks might be more than just a sign of affection. They could be a demonstration of empathy. Dogs have an innate ability to sense the emotions of their human companions. When you're feeling blue, your dog might pick up on that and attempt to comfort you in the best way they know how, by licking. This is because for dogs, licking is a comforting behavior. It's their way of saying, I'm here for you, and I want you to feel better. There's actually some science to back this up. A study conducted in 2012 explored the way dogs react to their owners' emotions. The researchers asked the dog owners to pretend to cry, and they found that the dogs were more likely to lick and nuzzle their owners in response to their apparent distress. Now, it's possible that these dogs were simply responding to a learned behavior. They might have figured out that when their human cries, licking them results in attention or affection. But many dog owners and even some scientists argue that dogs can, to some extent, understand and share our feelings. Think about it. Have you ever had a rough day, only to be greeted by your dog's enthusiastic licks when you get home? They might be trying to cheer you up. Or maybe you've been sick and your dog is stuck by your side, offering comforting licks. They could be trying to help you feel better. So the next time your dog starts licking you, consider what you're feeling at that moment. Are you stressed, sad, sick? Your dog might be picking up on that and trying to offer their support in the only way they know how. And remember, while we humans might not always understand why our dogs do the things they do, it's clear that they care about us deeply. They're always there to offer their love, support, and yes, their licks. So, if you're feeling down and your dog starts licking you, they're probably trying to make you feel better. Does your dog lick you more when you've been sweating or have just eaten? There's a reason for that. So, why do our canine companions lick us so much? Aside from the reasons we've already discussed, there are a couple more that might surprise you. For starters, our dogs lick us to get our attention. It's a pretty smart tactic, don't you think? They've learned that a few quick licks usually result in us petting them, talking to them, or simply giving them the time of day. It's a bit like a toddler tugging at your sleeve when they want to show you something. Our dogs are saying, "Hey, look at me, I'm here and I want your attention." But there's another, slightly less sentimental reason our dogs might be so keen to give us a lick. To put it simply, we taste good to them. If you've just come back from a run or a workout, your skin will be salty from sweat. And to your dog, that's a taste sensation. It's like a free, all-you-can-lick buffet, and they're only too happy to tuck in. And it's not just sweat that makes us so lickable to our dogs. Have you ever noticed your dog licking your hands or face after you've eaten? They're picking up on the microscopic remnants of your meal. Whether it's the scent of a juicy steak or the lingering taste of a chocolate chip cookie, our dogs are drawn to these delicious flavors. However, it's important to remember that not everything we put on our skin is safe for our dogs. Certain medications, lotions, or creams can be harmful or even toxic to dogs if ingested. So if you've just applied a cream or lotion, or you're using a medication that could be harmful to your dog, it's best to avoid letting them lick you until it's fully absorbed or washed off. While it's endearing that our dogs want our attention and find us tasty, it's important to ensure their licking habits aren't harmful to their health. In conclusion, your dog licks you for a variety of reasons. It's part of their instinctive nature and an essential form of communication for them. You see, dogs are pretty sophisticated creatures. They don't just rely on barks and tail wags to get their messages across. They use their tongues, too. You might have a furry friend who loves to shower you with slobbery kisses as an expression of their affection. It's their way of saying, "I love you, human." This is much like the comfort they received when their mother licked them as a puppy. It's a bonding moment, a shared connection that releases dopamine and endorphins in their brain, making them feel all warm and fuzzy inside, much like we do when we pet them. Then there's the empathetic side of things. Dogs lick to comfort not just themselves, but their beloved humans too. If you're feeling down, don't be surprised if your dog comes over and starts licking you. It's their way of saying, "I'm here for you, human." It's a touching show of empathy, a testament to the deep emotional bond that exists between dogs and their owners. But let's not forget, dogs also lick to get attention. It's their way of saying, "Hey, look at me, human." And in most cases, it works. We pet them, we coo at them, we give them the attention they crave. And thus, the cycle of licking continues. And finally, they just think we taste good. It's their way of saying, "Yum, you're delicious, human." We might not think of ourselves as tasty treats, but to our dogs, we are. Just remember, certain medications and lotions can be harmful to dogs, so be mindful of what's on your skin, but always keep an eye on your dog's licking habits. If it becomes excessive or appears to be causing distress, it might be time to consult with a vet. Remember, if you're ever concerned about your dog's licking habits, it's always best to consult with a vet. If you found this video helpful, Please subscribe to our channel for more insightful dog-related content.